What? 40. Hey, the page number would be great. Cool, thanks, man. All right, so we do have a quiz on Monday, my friends. So Monday. Let's take a look at the.
Did you switch jerseys?
Yeah,
Why do you have two jerseys on?
No, I didn't. They gave me permission to wear the other one during the assembly, not your teaching, because it's like from 1980. Some old one. All right. What questions might you have?
How's the adrenaline rush? You like it?
Loved it. You know that. Cool. What kind of questions have you come across?
Are we going over
how much?
49.
49, you got it.
That's what I'm saying.
Problem number 49. Okay, and then they tell us that this needs to take place. So this tells us we want to have our answer in radians, and I don't care if you find it in degrees first and then convert it to radians, or if you find it in radians. So cosine is what component? A few things. This is from here to here. So should cosine be negative in quadrant 2?
Yes.
Yes. So that works out. So that's the first thing. If it said, hey, we want cosine of positive 1/2 and they give you this, you don't have a solution. Okay. So few ways we can look at this. We have our angles. Okay. So we have our angles of our unit circle. I need to sneeze again. It's not coming. I apologize. I'm building all your immunities. So remember our trick. Ready? If I start with 0, I count up. 1/2, root 2/2, root 3/2. I start with 0, counting down. I get negative half, negative root 2/2, and negative root 3/2. Okay, which one of those has a negative? And you can't really see it because I drew it too small. Which one has the negative in the x component? This one? So that's that 60-degree angle. So how big is this angle then? 120 degrees. So it's a 120-degree angle. This said, hey, it started in radians. Let's put it back in radians. So you do this. 6 goes into both, so 2 pi over 3. That's a classic one. So things I'm looking for on that one, make sure you're in the right quadrant or quadrants. And then make sure you put it here, label it in. What else would you like to see from the...
Every day.
What happened?
Nothing. Also, Kate, you lost the poll.
Where else?
57.
57. I love it. 57. So we have cotangent of theta equals 1/√3. And then they told us we want the answer to happen between these. Okay, so does that up there represent all 4 quadrants?
Yes.
Yes. So this is all 4 quadrants. So that means we have 2 answers. Okay? How do we have 2 answers? Well, there's 2 places where tangent and cotangent are positive. Where are cotangent and tangent positive? Well, all students take calculus. Where are they positive? 1 and here for sure. This is where sine's positive. That's why it's an S. That's where cosine's positive because it's a C. We're looking for tangent and it's reciprocal, so it starts with the quadrant 2. So these are the two quadrants I'm looking for my answer to be in.
Is it quadrant
3,
three?
yes, thank you.
Silly.
Come on. 3, there we go. All right. So then, just think about this. Why do you think I keep showing you all this? Right here. Because it works every time. Start counting by 0. So 1 over root 2. What's this one then? Root 2 over 2. What's this one then?
Root 3 over 2.
Root 3 over 2. So it works every time, starting with 0.
1 over 2. 2 over 2. 3 over 2.
Works every time. Cool? Yeah. All right. So I'm not worried about finding the cotangent. I want to find the tangent. So if I wanted to find the tangent, what am I looking for? What's the reciprocal of up there? Okay, so I'm looking for y over x. So if I say, hey, I want to find the tangent of root 3, which is y over x, and it happens in quadrant 1 and also quadrant 3, which one's going to give me an answer with a root 3? Where does the root 3 have to be when we have a fraction over fraction in order for us to make it work? So does it have to be, can I do this? Root 3 over 2 over 1/2. Multiply root 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. What do I get? That gives me a root 3. What angle is this one? That's 60. Okay, and we'll have to take that back to radians. So that should be in radians multiplied by pi over 180. So I get pi over 3. Okay, so that's happening in quadrant 1. Where else did we say this will happen? Quadrant 3. So I need the 60-degree angle down here. Okay, so that's a 60-degree angle. So that's, excuse me, that is, think about where this 60 is and this one is. Okay, this angle right here is actually all the way around is 240 degrees. So as a radian measure, all the way around is 240. 240 as a radian. What do I have to multiply 60 by in order to get its radian measure? 60 times what gives me 240?
4.
Oh, so it's 4 times bigger than this? So 4 pi over 3. That's a big key to see as well. Okay, take the quadrant 3, say, hey, how much bigger is it in the other quadrant to get there? So there's your two answers, pi over 3 and 4 pi over 3. Nice. What else would you like to see out of this? 52. So it's asking for cosecant. That's the reciprocal of what? Reciprocal of sine. So what we're really looking for is the angle where sine is root 3 over 2. So that's a y value, right? But then it also said in number 52, we're going to go between pi over 2 is less than or equal to theta is less than or equal to pi. So what quadrant are we talking about here? Quadrant 2, right? Because pi halves is here, pi is here. So quadrant 2, okay? Is sine supposed to be positive in quadrant 2? Well, all students take calculus, so it is. All right, so what value, what angle has what point has this in it? That's the y value. That means it's the taller of the two, right? So this right here has to be -1/2. This has to be root 3 over 2. Does that allow me to get that point? Okay, so what is the angle we're talking about? Is it the 60-degree angle in quadrant 2 or the 30? 60. So this is our 60-degree angle. So how far is it from here to here in degrees? 120. 120. And 120 is the same as, it's double 60, right? So it's going to give me an answer of what? So 120 degrees is the degree answer. So 120, I mean, if we convert this over 180 pi.
2 pi over 3.
How much?
2 pi over 3.
2 pi over 3? Cool. There's our radian answer. What else do you see? Okay, one thing that you will for sure see on there, and I want you to help me on this, please. I'll do the best I can to draw. I am going to give you this. I need you to fill it completely out. So the things that we know, let's go to the simples. What point? Wait, stop.
You're not going to give us the lines on there.
No, it's going to be like that, and it's going to have two things. It's going to have the point, and then a line and a line. One's for degrees, one's for radians. Okay? So what point is this? Okay, what? 1, 0. Good. We good so far? So what angles does that match up with? There's two of them in this case.
0 and 360.
So 0 and 360. Those are my degrees. What are those as radians? 0 and 2 pi. Okay? So right now you are basically 1/16 done with the problem. Okay? Let's go to the next one. What point is this? 0, 1. What's the angle in degrees?
90.
What's the angle in radians? Pi over 2. Is that okay? So now you are 2/16 done. 1/8 left. All right. What's this one?
0,
-1, 0. Okay. What angle is it in degrees? 180. What angle is it in radians? Pi. Okay. You're 3/16 done. What's this one?
0,
0, -1. What? How many degrees? 270 radians. Bless you.
3 pi over 2.
3 pi over 2. Thank you. We're 1/4 of the way done. Right now, if you stopped at that, you're getting 25% of the points. Okay? Is 25% good enough?
No.
Yeah.
Not today. Okay.
Close enough to passing.
That's my 30-degree angle. So let's do that here, here, and here. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. 30-degree angle. So let me ask you this. Let's see if you can figure this out. Because if you're trying to see it in your head, there's a couple of things. So it's a 30-degree angle. So I have 30 degrees, which is pi over 6, right? What point is it? Okay, let's be careful. Ready? If I start with the 0, which one's the 0 right now? What value, x or y? Y. If I start with that, I'm going to go 0, and then this becomes what?
1/2.
Cool. Okay? Let's put the rest in on just quadrant 1. I can actually do it on all of them, it's fine. So this is a 45-degree angle, agreed? 45 is pi over 4, agreed? Okay? So on the 45, if this is 1 here on the y, what does the next one have to be? Root 2 over 2. Okay? Let's throw the 60 in there. Black. So that's my 60-degree angle. Oh, I'm going to squeeze it here. 60 degrees, which is pi over 3, right? Okay? So if this was in the y component root 2, what is this going to be in the y component? Root 3 over 2. Okay, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to count backwards. I'm going to start from 0. What does this point have to be? Okay, what does this point have to be? Right here. Oops, that was a red one. I'm sorry. Root 2 over 2. And then what does the green one have to be? Root 3 over 2. Does everybody see how I'm just counting that? Is that, I mean, seriously, like right there, if you can do that, your rest of the problem's done. At least getting the points in. Okay? So, this over here is negative root 3 over 2, comma half. Okay, agreed?
Yep.
This one down here, they're both negative. This one over here, the y component's negative. Okay? Whoop, 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 whoop. I forgot one. Sorry. All right, now. Oh, I got to sneeze again. It's not coming out. All right, that's a okay. Whew, hang on. Oh, sheesh. My eyes are watering now. All right, let me ask you this. This is a real easy way to remember radians. So that green is the 30-degree angle in quadrant 2, yes? Agree? Okay. What do I have to multiply times 30 to get to 150? What do I have to multiply times 30 to get to 150? 5. So that means it's 5 times bigger. That means this is 5 pi over 6. Does that make sense? Let's do the exact same thing with this angle. What angle is this one all the way to here? 210? What do I have to multiply times 30 to get to 210? 7. So what's my answer going to be?
7 pi over
7 pi over 6. Okay? Does that clear it up a little bit more? Let's get to this angle here. What's this angle here? 330 degrees. Okay. What do I have to multiply times 30 to get to 330? 11. So what's my radian?
11 pi over 6.
11 pi over 6. Look at that. That's it. Guess what? I'm going to do the same thing. I'll change to red. Okay, so let's get my points. Oh, man, I don't know how we're going to squeeze this stuff in. So we're going to squeeze it here. We're going to go root 2 over 2, root 2 over 2. Down here, we're going to do negative root 2 over 2, negative root 2 over 2. Down here, root 2 over 2, comma, negative root 2 over 2. Okay? Let's do the exact same thing we did. Okay? This is a 45-degree angle on the red. How big is this angle here? How much?
7? No.
No, how big is it in degrees? 135?
Yeah,
Okay, what do I have to multiply 45 times to get to 135?
3.
3.
Wow.
So this is now 3 pi over 4.
I've snapped.
What is this angle down here? 45 more than 180. Isn't it 225? What do I have to multiply 45 by to get to 225?
45. Like 5?
5? So 5?
8? No.
250 or
Isn't it?
450? Let's see. 45, that's 90. 135. 180. It's 5. So 5 pi over 4.
That's what I said.
Thank you. What angle is this other red one? This last red one?
25? No.
Bigger?
Yes.
40. 45 less than 180. 315. What do I have to multiply 45 by to get to 315? Well, get to 90, get to 135, get to 180. 7 pi over. Notice that it's still saying the same. So we're doing all the radian measures. Guess what I'm not multiplying by? Pi over 180. Okay? Do we got enough time to get to the black one? Let's see.
How is this supposed to end?
I don't know. The bell rings.
29.
29. We got time.
We
Cool.
got plenty of time.
All right. So I have my angle here as a 60. What angle? So this is going to be negative half root 3 over 2. Agreed? What angle is this from here to here?
This is, it's 110. No, it's 120.
120. What do I have to do to 60? What do I have to multiply 60 by to get to 120? So 2 pi over 3. That was the 120 degree angle. Okay. What is this angle down here?
This is
240. So, and I gotta meet both those negatives. What do I have to multiply 60 by to get to 240?
4.
4.
Sorry.
So that's going to give me, you're all right. You said 4?
Yes.
So that's going to give me 4 pi over 3. That's the radian measure. Last one. What angle's this one? Say 300. Good. Okay, so that's going to be the point 1/2 comma negative 3/2. What do I have to multiply 60 by to get to 300? So it's going to be 5 pi over 3. Done. We just did the entire circle.
That's what we have to do on the.
If you can, there's one page of it that's that.
Can I just be
That?
Yeah. I mean, seriously, it's like, boom, fill this out. If you come to me going, I don't know how to fill it out, I don't know what to tell you. But I gave you all the tricks. It's being recorded. If you want to take a picture of it, it's pretty nasty because you already have this already filled out in your notes, right?
You just memorize it.
I will tell you that it's a lot neater on the test. It's a lot neater or on the quiz. You know, I have the blanks, and I will give you this hint. I'm either going to ask you to give me the radian measure or the degree measure. Okay? I had to sneeze. Or blow my nose.
This could be insane.
It's a pre-birthday.
This is like some crazy.
Good? Right there. That would be, I would say, in my opinion, 40% of your quiz grade right there.
It's not fair.
Okay?
Good.
What?
So easy.
Why is it not fair? Because you've missed and you're not watching my videos? Sure, that's so unfair. You're a victim. That's called sarcasm if you didn't pick that up.
It's on your head, Brett.
All right.
So what's the
In the last video, I said, Grant, if you come to class and watch this video, I'll give you $10.
He didn't. Oh, no. He never says that for me.
It's tough.
All you
All right.
have to watch the video, man.
Other things are all off that review.
Are we gonna have like the close and all that next to the?
So what would I could say you could. What are you gonna definitely
It's just the
bless you.
opposite of the.
Yeah, so you're gonna see a problem like this.
So many.
Yeah, buddy. Let's see. Let me just make this up. Let me just make this the 3, 4, 5. Is that okay?
Yep.
It'll be done the same way. So I'm gonna make it this simple for you.
Okay.
So they're next to each other. They're gonna be next to each other. So when you come walking up going, I don't remember which one is the inverse, it's going to be too late. I'm going to say, do your best guess. And I'll probably tell you that sign goes with cotangent. You're like, really? Okay. And then they're inverses, yes?
Yep.
And then the easy one is tangent, cotangent. You can kind of see that right away.
Yeah, sine is x and cosine is y.
So, I wouldn't even do that. I would say, okay, using this angle, this is opposite, hypotenuse, bless you, adjacent, and some old hippie caught another hippie tripping on acid.
Nice.
So, opposite of that angle is 3, so I get 3 over 5, reciprocal, 5 over 3. Should I make it a mixed number? No! Cosine, 4 over 5.
Why did he learn
5 over 4, because it was your elementary school teacher's way of letting you buy into doing math. Okay, you have one whole pizza here, and you have 3/4 of one and 2/3 of another. I got lunch. That's how I looked at it. You'll see that problem. I'd say that problem right there is worth 10% of the quiz grade. So now you've seen just 50% of the grade on your quiz.
Wow.
Alright, I can get a 50 then.
We're halfway there. I think Bon Jovi's song about that. No, I won't sing that for you. I've done enough singing in the past 2 days.
So many.
That's a good song.
I like the switch up.
Is that right? Good.
It's on my playlist.
I'm a Bruin, you're a Bruin.
Let's go, Bruce. I like
Okay.
the dance move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys know Bruin is a female brand?
Do you know that Bruins are savages?
Yeah.
Did you know Sam ditched the assembly and didn't want to go because he wanted to go eat chicken from King Supers?
Are you serious?
Yeah, my
Messed
bad.
up.
Yeah,
Like,
I was on my
I'm
way.
like really hurt by this. Like we were promoting this all week.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
chicken.
That's messed up.
That's Sam's
You hear me say once a year or chicken.
Chicken.
Get
Probably
chicken any
gets
other
chicken.
day.
He probably gets chicken every day.
Now I'm gonna find out who else didn't go to the assembly because I'm gonna start ripping on them.
Grant.
I did.
Grant was there. Dude, I can't miss him, man. Look at that shirt. It's awesome.
meals in a row?
Yeah.
We have our own section.
I was on my way to the assembly, and then my friends were like, "Yo, let's get chicken." And I was like,
So if your friends jumped off a bridge, you would jump too.
"Yeah, man."
Like
Yeah,
no,
he would.
you
I
could
would
do
know that.
it. You could have said, "Hey, I got my math teacher and his band are totally jamming during this assembly. I wanted to see it." And like, well, what other teachers? There's 6 of us
Really?
that are all teachers. 5 who are math teachers up there.
Well, next year.
And then we have to have Mr. Libby because, you know, he puts us all back together. He'll miss all the practices, come to the very last practice. Okay, tone that down this and you do this and this is what your drum beat should be. And all of a sudden it's like totally clean. It's like, oh, I love this guy. And he'll look at me, Chris, there's really nothing I can do with you. You just keep singing. Natural.
Yeah. It was awesome. Yeah, well, I'll take videos right now. I mean, chicken is good, but...
Was it Raising Cane chicken?
No, it was King's
Any other? Fiona, do you have any questions?
Fourth period, he's just gonna
Leave
go
any
back and get
questions?
some more chicken.
Yeah.
Nah,
Which
man,
one
I
do you got?
gotta
Give me a
study
number.
my Geo.
Final one.
Dude, I don't
That's
understand
missed.
geometry.
16.
16, thank you.
You know,
No.
like who does understand
This is just you. Why are you taking 2 math classes, man?
Okay, we want the reference angle off of this. So what that's going to mean, is I want to know which 30, 60, or 45 degree angle comes off this for the most part. Okay, so think about this. 210 comes around to here. So now I'm curious, which angle is that one? It's a 30 degree angle. Okay, I'm not interested in the entire angle because that's what they gave you. I'm looking at this. I would refer to the 30, 60, 90 right triangle if I were to get there. And I don't have to go that one into radians because it was given in degrees, so it ends in degrees. If you gave me it as pi over 6, I'm proud of you, but it's not going to get you any more points.
So if you do it in radians, you want it in radians?
Yep.
Nice.
Meanwhile, you got any? No.
Are we gonna have any?
Olivia, got any?
No.
No, just got on your phone.
18.
You're just pulling things up. Yeah. Somebody's talking. You just said stuff has back on it.
Yeah, I said it was, but it. Dick rat.
Wait, so reference angles are either 30, 45, or 60?
I hope you know that.
Yeah.
You gotta realize my sarcasm.
Yeah,
I
I
hope
did.
you do. Because anytime I'm sarcastic, you're always allowed to jump back at me and give me sarcasm back. You're always welcome.
Dude, did you
Riley, anything? Rachel, anything?
No. You answered my
So that's
question.
So, yes.
You'll get a 0 to 10.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right, so I'm going to tell you this. Yes, we do indeed have our quiz on Monday. No, we don't have homework other than. So I won't collect. I will not collect the review. I won't collect that, but everything prior to that, yes. So that's worksheet F. So, yeah. Can we do that? Is that good?
Sounds
Yeah.
good. Yes.
Anyone struggling with that?
How many points is the quiz gonna be?
I'm going to make it more points than the past ones. Because I have to sneeze.
Nice. 5 more points.
What if the whole time extra credit?
Last
Oh, now I'm
time.
spitting on the ground. Sorry. That's gross.
I'm confident.
Yeah, he's Olympic.
Why is it more points? Because the first unit of this chapter was too tough, so I want you guys to get a little more inflated.
1.7.
Bless you.
Yeah, we got 1.7.
We good? All right. Just don't line up by the door.